Hey friends, Tawana B. Smith here from Mom's Guide to Travel, MGTT Media, and TawanaBSmith.com. It has been a while since I have come to you and shared with you a product review, a product that I am excited about. Some of you know this and some of you may not know this, but I actually am a little bit of a software nerd. I'm a tech nerd. It's not that I create products or applications or software, but I know what software really works and what really clicks well for busy mom entrepreneurs, busy solo entrepreneurs, companies, small companies that really need to do a lot of different things in a short amount of time and very effectively and efficiently. So for me, I'm always looking for products that have great value and that, I can open the box and just use them intuitively. I don't have to deal with a lot of tutorials or user manuals, but things that I can just open right up and dive right in, whether I'm going to be using it myself or I have to explain to my virtual assistant how to use it. Because hey, here's the deal. Some of us have virtual assistants that English is not the first language, and so using tutorials might be a little bit difficult for them. So they also need to understand intuitively how to use some of these products. So one of the tools, and I have a whole list of different tools that I could talk to you about that I have fallen in love with over the past year. But one of the tools that I like a lot is a tool called Visme, Visme.co. And I'm going to share with you my screen so that you can see what it looks like. So let's see, we'll go here and we'll share the screen with you. So this is the web page for Visme, and it's you can see on the top header there just all of the different people or different, let's say, avatars it works for. So people for businesses, for education, for people looking for quick templates. And if you go there, you'll see like the different features that they have between presentations, presentations, infographics, charts, maps, documents. I'm trying to see if I can see it while I'm showing it to you. Okay. Printables, graphics, all of that stuff. So what does Visme compare to? Visme is a software that is often compared to Canva, for instance, or it might be compared to PowerPoint. So if you're someone, let me close some of these things. If you're someone that's interested in doing infographics, or you're interested in doing presentations, you're interested in doing social media posts or charts or visualizing stats and figures. In general, if you are trying to teach adult learning through visualization, then Visme might be a product that benefits you. So I am a user of Canva, just to be completely honest with you, and I've been using Canva probably like a lot of you for quite some time. And let's just do a quick comparison of like layout, because for me, one of the things that's important is that when I do go to the software website, it is easy for me to pretty much find the things that I need. And if I'll just share the Canva screen with you really quickly. So this is my Canva. It's trying to get me to update. So I've created so many different types of graphics in Canva, between social media posts, between web presentations for webinars or calendars, anything, a lot of stuff that has to do with like my self-care business, but also my travel business. So Canva is great in that it has, see, there's an infographic right there. Yeah, awesome. So Canva is great in that you can see quickly here on the sidebar, like all your designs, create your brand kit. They actually have a design school. And I'll say this, Canva has gotten a lot better over the years in terms of the things that they have been adding to the arsenal. But sometimes I find that when I log into Canva, I don't see immediately like everything that I need. it's just all in this, I don't know, it's a visual thing for me. So everything is kind of here in the layout, and then I've got to kind of scroll across to find the things that I need. What I like about Visme in comparison in terms of how they arrange the information, arrange the different types of things you can create, templates and so forth, is they put it in this type of a framework right here in this top bar. So your presentations, and within the presentations they have different templates, okay? Infographics. And what's cool about the infographics is that, because infographics can be a little tricky, you know, especially if your brain doesn't really organize information that way. But what's cool about their infographics is, one, you can search for the infographics by keyword type. And I cannot necessarily say that. Let me see if I do infographics here in Canva. I don't recall being able to search for the infographic by keyword type. Now, that's not a bad thing to say necessarily, but I appreciate being able to come to a site and say, you know what, let me find an infographic, show me an infographic around wellness. And then it'll spit out for me different types of infographics that are there. And I'm not going to be someone who's necessarily going to change elements within an infographic. I might do something, for instance, like change the color. Yes, of course, the data is going to be different and unique to whatever my need is. But you have the option of going in, like once you choose to edit, you have the option of going in and selecting. Let's just go into this one, for instance, right now. I'm excited because it's super it's super savvy, and there's a lot of things that you can do. So when you go into it, they give you a video, a quick tutorial about getting started with your infographics. And it's really neat. It's only a minute and a half, and they pretty much tell you where to find everything. So I like how they break down the different areas of your infographic. So your header and your title, this is the area where you would have your stats and your figures. And so you can change all of these elements. So this is your header and your title, subtitles right here. This is where your stats and figures are. So you could go in essentially and you could change out those elements. So simply like that. And well, let me not try and do these, what you call it. Okay, let's just do that, and we'll delete that real quick and put that over there. But you see how easily I did that? So I changed out that infographic really quickly, and I can make this more unique to my particular needs. And of course, I like how they have different types of elements, stats and figures that you can use, so that you're not thinking so hard about, well, how do I change the infographic? You just go in here, you find the format that you need, and then you swipe out the different elements and make it look more like your own. In comparison, per se, if I chose an infographic here with Canva, for instance, I don't necessarily know. I think that I would have to go maybe to elements, perhaps. Okay, so I guess I would go under elements to try and find corresponding elements that I need to use within each one of these sections. But it's not as clear and as intuitive here with Visme. And for someone who's not, like, infographics is just not your forte, but maybe you need a really quick infographic for a presentation, boom, you can do one here in less than 5 minutes probably. So then your graphics and your text, they have a section for that, and then a section for your diagram. So these are all of the things that you would use in your infographic. If you don't have a diagram infographic, then this section might not pertain to me. But knowing that I have stats and figures here, I'm probably going to go into this section to swap things out, as well as perhaps graphics and text. So look, social trends, maybe I'm taking that and I'm putting it at the bottom here. Or you can add a block to make your infographic be longer, for instance. So maybe you do that, and then you add the social trends graphic in there, and you just made your infographic a little longer. I look, and you can actually, I think that you can increase the size of it. Yes, you can increase the size of it. And you can also do something as simple as perhaps moving a section up. So this section, I would maybe want to move it up and do like social trends or something like that. So, and if I don't like that section, I'm just going to delete it. Let me be completely honest with you guys right now. That's my first time messing around with infographics. Yes, I did that for the first time here on camera for you, because I also wanted to demonstrate, just in all honesty, how easy and intuitive it is to use this particular application, this particular software, if you want to focus on doing infographics. The amount of time, in the time that I have been using Visme, and there's just so much more that I need to discover, where I have been, let's say, sitting is in this presentations area. So I have been focusing a lot on presentations, because look what they say, not just another boring presentation software. I needed to create a couple of presentations for webinars that I needed to do. I need to create a presentation for a pitch for a company that I'm looking to work with. So what I like about Visme's presentations, and I will just go back to, let's just save this as something, let's just save it, okay? And I'm gonna name the title, let's just call it Wellness Infographic, really quickly, so that I can just get on out of here. And that's that. So you can download the infographic in whatever format, whether it's image or, that's pretty similar, I believe, to what you can do with Canva in terms of how you download it. But you also have this option of doing HTML5, which I'm not quite sure you can do with Canva. So I'm gonna go out of there, and I'm gonna go back to my dashboard, so that I can show you really where I have been living. So look, I guess this is something new that whenever they release something new, they will put a quick pop-up here just to show you what's new in Visme. So I like that they're constantly adding new things. What's cool, and I don't think I have that ability in Canva per se, is, well, you do have folders. So all your designs. So I guess I could create a new folder and then add specific designs into the folder. On Visme's end, as you can see, like here with Canva, I have all of these different designs, and they're just kind of all over the place. They're not necessarily broken out into different folders and different projects. Here with Visme, I can create different folders and put my projects within those folders. So as this library of assets grows, as I create more things, I can organize them into folders. So now I'm going to do an infographics folder and make sure that I add this product into the infographics folder. So I can just drag it and add it, and now it's in the infographics folder, so that when I need to look for things and access them, as I go into whether like my projects, I can just go into the webinar section and then go find the particular asset that I need. So this is the first thing that I created, which was this presentation. And honestly, it was quick, it was easy. What I love about this, the only way you'll be able to see it is if I go into it and I try to edit it. But this was the second asset that I created for this particular webinar. But here, it's just so easy for me to find the different icons and shapes and photos that I need to use inside this particular, inside any type of presentation that I'm going to do. So all of these photos, aside from the presenters, these background photos I got within the Visme app. So they have tons of photos, 500,000 free photos within here. So if I can't find it in here, I need to make it work somehow. On the side here, I can look and see, easily go to my particular the particular slide that I need to go to. I can name that slide. When I go to download, I can do it in an image, JPEG, PNG, document, PDF, PPTX, or HTML5. So again, I have not used HTML5, but I do know that people like using HTML5 for different reasons. So I like that even if I'm doing a webinar, and if I'm doing a webinar like say this video, I could share the screen, and instead of downloading the PDF, just go ahead, share the screen, and have this baby run with all of these very unique and dynamic elements where it's just sliding in, and it's just a beautiful, clean format, clean presentation. I'm going to tell you, the only things that I really changed with this presentation was the imagery and of course the words, and maybe I didn't use all of the different slides. This trumps PowerPoint any day. I don't use PowerPoint, but I use Keynote because I have a Mac, but I just don't have this functionality with Keynote that I have with Visme. So what's cool is that when you go into create a presentation, I'm already logged in, so I don't know why it's telling me to do that. You go into create a presentation, you can select different formats of presentations that you want to use. So let's not go to my emails, but let's go back to, you can change the theme colors to, if you pick one set of colors, it'll change all of the colors. You can add your own photos to it. If you want to add photos to it, you create this library essentially, and then you can add any of those photos to the canvas and add them first, and then when you go in to actually create the presentation, just pull those photos one by one versus looking for the photos slide by slide, and you get quite a bit of storage space. And if I'm not using them anymore, I'm just gonna delete them. Like I see that I have like a number of different duplicates here, so I'll just delete it. But there you go. Like you probably get 100 megabytes of storage. I'm not quite sure, but if I have 45 assets, and I still have 82.26 megabytes of storage left, yeah, you might get 100 megabytes of storage. I'm not quite sure. So anyway, you can create folders as well to put your particular assets, your particular media inside that folder. If you're going to add data to the graphics, look, they've got all of these neat little icons for you to add to your presentation. So I add that. I don't really need to do that, but I can also customize the settings by changing the color, the value. Very, very easy, very, very intuitive. I want to undo the last thing that I did. Just click here, undo it very quickly, and it's done. Graphics here, that's the images that we're talking about. And then just basics, if you want to change the title, the header, stats and figures, the same things that we were talking about before. So this is the wheelhouse that I have been sitting in, presentations, but I like that it's not the only thing that I can do. I am going to go back to the dashboard really quick and just show you. So some of you might use Canva a lot for creating your social graphics or your web graphics. You can create documents as well. So if you want to do, like, I want to do a flyer for an upcoming, I don't know, no, that's under printables. Yes, flyers are under printables, but they'll show you. You can do posters or flyers or menus or product sell sheet or schedules. So if I want to do a flyer for an upcoming self-care workshop, I can go in here and look at the different types of formats that they have, easily change out the colors, the words. And for me, sometimes creativity, I have to see a format first, and then I'll say, oh, I know what to do. So I like that it gives me all of these different options on the types of printables that I can create. And then social graphics. This is what I like a lot. So whereas Canva, for instance, where I do create a lot of my social graphics, had all of the graphics, the types of social graphics that they list, just kind of like here across like that. I don't particularly care for that because I do have to scroll because maybe I want a Twitter ad, but I'm just seeing Twitter posts. This is just a nitpicky thing. This is just me. I like that here, if I need something particular in Twitter, I can get the headers, I can find the posts, I can find the ads. It's got its own little folder, which I like a lot. YouTube, same thing. Channel art or video covers. Pinterest graphics, we know you just do posts with it. Instagram, you have posts. It would be great if they created Instagram story templates. I think that would be extremely powerful and useful for Visme. Powerful for Visme and advantageous for Visme, and extremely useful for Visme users because a lot of people are doing stuff with Instagram. So I do like that they, I would suggest that they do get some sort of Instagram stories templates. Washing machine there. But Facebook, I can, sometimes I'm like, oh, what do I want this Facebook ad to look like? And just need some cool ideas in terms of how I want the wording to look or really the imagery. But if I'm going to choose any one of these, I know that, right, I'll click into edit this. And then I know that I have this very powerful or very extensive, a video comes up, how to create social media graphics. So if you don't know how to do it, they're going to give you a video to show you how to do it. But I can just go here and then just change what the image is going to be here. So whether I'm going to use the icon and shape, or I'm going to go to photos and easily swap it out. So if I take this, I can drop it here as the background or add it to the canvas. If I add it to the canvas, it looks like that. That doesn't work. I'll just undo it really quickly. If I decide that I want to add it as a background, this is what it looks like. So, and that's pretty much similar to what you can do with Canva in terms of background versus adding it on top of it and dealing with layers and stuff like that. But, a lot of functionality with it. I like that there are so many different types of visual assets that I can create with Visme, whether it is a presentation or whether it's some sort of printable or document or graphic or infographic or charts or maps. I've only touched the surface, but the value in it is that it can do so many things in one place, and it's organized well, but it also helps you to be organized well. Also, by having this area here, you go back to the dashboard where you can create your folders as your library of assets increases. Everything is neatly placed in the folders. And then when you go into your brand, this is where, you're going to set up your colors and templates and logos and brand links and typography. And I have not done that yet, but I plan on doing that soon. So I would love to know if you've used Visme before. This video was longer than I expected it to be, but I think that's because it's such a feature-rich piece of software, and there's just so many different things that you do. I think that I will probably do all of my presentations here. I did not even show you like all of the presentations, types of presentations you can do, but I just want to go to that really, really quickly because it is a part of Visme that I'm more excited about, is the different types of presentations you can create with it. And then, you can do a quick preview to know, what does that presentation look like? And then it shows you very quickly the types of pages you have within the presentation. Of course, you might not need to use all of those pages, but it gives you a quick synopsis of what you can do. And of course, I showed you how you can change the colors very easily for the presentation and very quickly. So, you know, I will just click into a different presentation and see, well, let me see, you know, if this has the type of graphics that I need to use, or if it's close to the coloring that I need to use, just so that I have less manipulation to do when I actually sit down to add the information to the graphics. So I like that I can do it that way. And you don't even have to X out of it. You can slide across and see it's going into each one of those pitch deck presentations, each one of those presentations, and showing you what the slides look like. So that's even more, I've just discovered this as I'm talking to you right now, that's even more convenient. So I don't have to do the action of Xing out and then clicking back into preview and Xing out and clicking back into preview. I can just hit this arrow and say, yeah, that one doesn't work. Yeah. Oh, yep, this is exactly what I need. Let me go in and edit it and just format it to look like the way I want it to look. So, friends, that is Visme. Not really in a nutshell, but as quick as I can do it. And 2 thumbs up from me because of how easy and intuitive it is for me to use. And if I need to do something quickly, which is pretty much my life because of all of the stuff that I have to do, visuals are there. Swapping things out happens really easy. I don't have to download software to my computer. It's all web-based, and I can access it very easily. And, you know, I've tried to access it from my phone as well. And, you know, it's not necessarily for mobile, but if I'm in a pinch and I really kind of like need to see what my presentation is looking like, I will access it on my phone. But very simple tool to use, but very robust, and a lot of things to offer the small business woman, small business person who needs to do a lot of things visually, but wants to do it in one suite instead of an entire library of products. You just want to do it in one product instead of an entire suite of products. That's what I really wanted to say. So please, if you have experience with Visme, please let me know what you think, how it compares for you to other tools that you use, and what are some of the features that you like most about Visme. I can't wait to hear what you think. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I will see you on the next product review. Bye.